I like to use the compliment sandwich, right? We're going to tell you the good stuff at the beginning. We're going to hammer you with the negatives. And
because we do this lightning round thing every time. Last week, I actually called it the lightning round. I think I think this is the new, because it's how this works. So let's embrace it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. So, you know, you're going to be able to get products and parts and components and things that you couldn't get because there's going to be less demand for them. So prices will come down on those parts and components eventually. And I also think the labor market, easy for you to say, is going to loosen up. And there's going to be more and more people out there to hire. There's going to be better qualified people out there to hire. And that's going to help your business.
Here's my leading indicator on that stuff. This is one it is without fail has worked for me for 20 plus, maybe 30 years. Go out to eat in general. I don't mean any one specific restaurant or one specific wait person, but the overall quality of wait staff will tell you whether the market is good to hire or not. If you've got great wait staff, this means that not enough people are hiring. If you've got crummy wait staff, it means everyone's hiring. Because in general, that is the catch-all job, right? It's during pandemic, these rules didn't apply for obvious reasons. But in general, if you get crappy service at a restaurant, it's because the economy is thriving and companies are hiring left and right. And if you're getting great service at a restaurant, and you know, again, there's specific examples. There's some restaurants that always have great service because, you know, they pay well and like all, you know, it's the higher end thing. But, you know, go out to an Applebee's and figure out that, use that as your litmus test. Never fails.
Smart.
Yep.
Yeah. We see it because I own vacation rentals.
Yeah.
And ever since COVID, there's a big sense of entitlement in guests. It's noticeably different.
How entitled? How?
If everything isn't perfect, the complaints are far more aggressive and quick. The expectation of the service level that they're going to get, and these are, you know, standalone homes and cabins and things, is much higher than people ever used to ask for. I just had a guest request that the property manager come over and help load their luggage in the car.
What?
And I'm not making this up.
This isn't a hotel, man.
Yeah, exactly. And so Renee, my wife, who manages those businesses, has been commenting. She's like, "This is just crazy. I've never had these guests do this. I've never had these kind of complaints. I've never had this, and we have great ratings."
Sure.
And I will tell you, I'll keep you posted whether we see that change where people start to value more, like, oh, it's so nice to get. But I don't know. It's almost like there's a certain part of the population that's been coddled or made to feel a certain way where they're very demanding. And I think it's related to your waitstaff comment. You know, so we'll have to see. And I hope this is very short-lived, obviously, but I tell you what, as a guy that's bought inventory and deals my whole life, some of the best deals I've ever come across have been during tough times.
For sure.
Always better deals if you have the cash. And if you have cash, I'm telling you, you can get life-changing opportunities that will come to you. Whether you have to partner with someone, whether you have to get your bank involved, because your bank may not want to give you that extra money, but if you brought them a specific deal and showed them how it was going to work and what the delta was between the buy and the sale, somebody is always out there to give you money for the right return. So there are some good things. You got to keep your frame positive.
And the flip side is, if you're in the business of selling things, don't be too egotistical. Don't be too proud. Be realistic about the market and talk to especially your preferred providers, your preferred buyers that you have long relationships with. Don't be afraid to go to them and say, "Hey, look, we all know here, and the economy's not quite there yet. We are not seeing the ad spend soften up. So for those of you that were wondering, that particular indicator has not happened yet. which is good. I will let you know on this show when it does, I promise. But, when that starts to happen, if that starts to happen, it will happen again at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this year. I think it probably will be, but I don't know. But whenever it does, acknowledge it. The world's seeing the same thing you are. So talk to your trusted buyers and just say, hey, look, if you have the cash to be smart with it, and you got to, word this the right way, depending on who the person is, let's talk. Don't assume that, the prices from 3 months ago or the deal that I was able to offer you 3 months ago is the same as the deal that I'm going to hold you to today. Let's work together. And you can make a lot of money during
I've already seen it.
A downturn. Yeah.
Yeah, I have deals. I have this side gig with these the high end handbags, and I see it already where they're just like, well, if you take 500 of this, here's the price. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
So people that don't have the a war chest and are sort of like, we need to build it up, got to get doing this kind of thing. So. So it's important to talk about. We'd love to hear from you. Feedback at businessshow.co or come visit us, businessshow.co/Facebook. Remember, don't scrimp on quality. Don't lose the value of your business. Don't cut back on your customer service because that's what distinguishes you from everybody else.
Every business is in the customer service business.